recording. Going live.
I'm the assistant manager.
3, 2.
I know. You see.
Dear God.
He's so wonderful.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to session 19 of Tragedy of War. Gonna get this shindig started with a recap.
Yes.
Last time on Tragedy of War. The party began the session, stirring from their deep slumber. Side by side, they all awoke on the bedrolls within the halls of Qeynos. Brelikk found the Tablet of Law within his pack once again, and Khanek found the Tablet of Chaos within his own. There was no sign of the third tablet. A devout tiefling servant of Qeynos stood to greet the party. He appeared sweaty and sleepless, but he flashed a weary smile when you saw him. He introduced himself as Zoneth, informing the party that each of them had actually been dead for at least an entire day, but that he, with the help of Qeynos, of course, brought them back to the land of the living.
You're not that guy, pal.
He took particular interest in the party's plight, their current situation, who they are, what happened outside, what these tablets were, anything they could tell him to help make sense of their situation. Katsu rightly pointed out that any questions he has, they probably have as well. Kev was overwhelmed by the craziness of this vision that they had experienced and the questions being asked of him. So he disappeared. His ring clattered to the ground, to the floor, and Alex popped it into his pocket. The conversation was cut short when Khanek had a divination moment. Armed guards were en route to their location, and they were arriving soon. Where they were arriving and how was not really specified, and so the party leapt to their feet to leave the halls of Qeynos through the main entrance. Outside the halls, the party came face to face with the very guards that Khanek had foreseen. These guards seemed quite confrontational until Alex was able to calm them down with some good drink. As they drank, a black-furred tabaxi arrived at the scene. He introduced himself as Consul Romer, advisor to the Lord Akko, who had requested their presence upon awakening. The party, seeing no reason to distrust this genial tabaxi, chose to follow him to the canopy. They took the updraft to the top level of Gale, and after some winding twists and turns, they made it to Lord Akko's chambers. Lord Akko sat in a wingback chair before a fireplace. He spoke of visions in the flames, soldiers of Gale triumphantly standing over their enemies, the battle won, the war over. This immense Aarakocra stood to speak with the party, to inquire what their role is in all this and their relation to Qeynos. Why they were chosen, what their vision meant. All questions that seemingly don't have an immediate answer. But Lord Akko did find their quest, their tasks given to them to be of the utmost priority. Even if, if these were actually given to them by Qeynos. He encouraged them to leave Gale as soon as possible to pursue their goals, pointing them toward one coordinator, Eos, I'll type that. At the Messenger's Roost. So Lord Akko pointed everyone to go talk to Coordinator Eos at the Messenger's Roost. He would arrange for them to be transported out of the city as soon as possible. The party followed Consul Rumer as he led them out of the canopy, and he bid them farewell. Now that they were finally alone, Brelikk gave the party a recounting of all the events up to this point in the journey. The previous faithful few, the visions, the death of Ak, and the absolute travesty that was the ceasefire mission to Destiny. Absolute dumpster fire. He looked between each new face before him, one by one, for them to give their decisions. Katsu, Kev, Rolland, Khanek, and Alix had become part of the faithful few. And so, we move on to today's session.
I like
back
I like
there.
the ambient.
Alright, so to clarify something that we hadn't mentioned before, we kind of just forgot. After that vision where you woke up from and you were sweaty, you all have received the blessing of Qeynos.
Oh.
Which is, as described...
Plus 30 to AC.
Fuck yeah. Wait, then they'll just buff the enemies.
Yeah, get ready for the most AIDS combat of your life coming right up.
I know. +1 dex, +5 speed, +1 survival.
No, stop a
Yes.
lot.
Yeah, this
Yes.
bandit has a plus 42 to hit.
No, guys, be as strong as you want. I can handle it.
And
Shut up, Cannon.
Alix, Will, you would also gain immunity to fear, being the last one
Oh,
on the ledge.
you're ripping off my paladin abilities. That's my thing.
Will being a robot
Math.
with no sense of
I'm a level 2 paladin.
you were supposed to
Wait.
tell them, Cannon.
Wait, hold on.
You know.
What?
Don't worry
It's
about
all
it.
a farce.
You're so
Cannon's
strong.
He's not really a
Barbarian,
paladin.
eight levels in what? Rogue?
Bard.
The Cannon's a rogue at heart. Bard is basically just magic rogue. He's still a rogue. Cannon's still a rogue, guys.
Hey, quick question. Does the
right?
does the +1 dex exceed 20 or no?
Yes.
Okay.
It just
You're right,
does.
Harry. I should have waited for the first combat,
It
but
simply does.
I wasn't hiding it, you know.
Yeah.
But
The
it
fuck
just
is Info
said,
Wars?
so I just get immune to fear.
Yes. To feared.
We all get
condition.
this.
No,
No
this
need
is
for
just
backup.
Well, you get the +1 dex, +5 speed, and +1 survival, and then Alix has like a additional thing attached to it.
Oh, I get +1s. I get plus speed.
Yeah.
Is Alix just Will's character name?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know
Yeah,
because
that's-
Yeah,
like
it's like V Forgus.
yeah.
Does
Oh,
that
of course.
also mean +1 to Dex save as well?
Just,
just
the stat.
ability?
I mean, to the stat, which would count to the save as well.
Yep.
Did you post this
baby.
somewhere, Harry?
Yeah, it's in
It's
chat.
in Foundry
the
chat.
Foundry.
Oh, okay.
I get I have a 9 now, boys.
Jesus Christ, Will.
Whoa, yeah.
The AC is out of this world.
And so technically the blessings are tied to the tablets. So as long as you have the tablet with the blessing, you have the benefits of it. So,
Utah moment.
fuck you! Fuck you!
Well,
So Qeynos was above Blessing of Endare. So something. So everyone should also get that bonus for being in possession of the tablets.
everyone does, even though like we all have it as a group.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay.
And there was one more, I feel like. Oh no.
My God, we're just getting mad.
There's
minds
only three
No.
there's only 3 blessings you guys have done, and the bystander did not give a buff. So
First blessing called?
Blessing of Endare.
Endare. Okay.
And then
No. The Dex one. The Dex.
Oh, Blessing of Qeynos. Yeah, sorry, I should have put that above too.
In faith, we pray.
What is expertise and persuasion? I got a +7 to persuasion now. It was negative. What happened?
I have a plus 12
No,
to
you have-
persuasion
if
now.
If you didn't have proficiency in persuasion,
Yeah.
then you would get proficiency. If you did have proficiency, then you would
Oh,
get
okay.
expertise.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes more sense.
Wait, Harry,
It's
it
still a
says
plus
blessing
3,
of
that's still-
Qeynos for the above one? Isn't that the... Oh, for
God
the far
damn.
above one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just making
My
this
initiative made a jump.
as confusing as possible. Okay.
Big buff for charisma and Dex people.
Mhm.
How do I like mark the expertise on my scale?
You hit the little gear next to it's like right next to like the modifier, like it'll say like intelligence,
Yeah.
charisma. It's right next to that, and then you hit expertise on the drop down.
expertise. Oh my god,
There you go.
I'm an expert, guys.
Wow.
Okay.
So your previous characters had just the Blessing of Endare. Now you guys have both of those blessings, Endare and Qeynos. So long as you have those tablets in your possession.
Guys, someone's got to take the mobile feat now. +5 speed. That's just like so much movement.
I'm the monk. I don't need more.
synergy.
You need more. You need more, Burger.
Speed is pretty
Dude.
cool.
Being able to run around pretty far. This will help me as the resident healer. Run around.
Yes.
I'm gonna just run around and pass out beer, like just drive by, leave a full mug, and then run around and refill it.
I stick the nozzle down your throat and I'm blowing you
Oh,
up
even
like a
better.
balloon.
fill her up. Alrighty.
Like that
So-
old it's like that old game where you would there's the ghosts and you would stick the bike pump in them to blow them up and they would die. I don't remember the name of that game. That was it.
I mean, Luigi's Mansion had a. Oh, no, that was a vacuum. That was the.
I played
opposite.
that game growing up.
I feel like I know it. That's the weird thing. Anyways, where are we at? What last time we decided where we wanted to go? Correct.
I
think we did.
I don't actually know if you did. Yeah, let me know. You guys are standing between you're at like a crossroads. You can
We
go
never
up-
made a decision.
You can
oh, no,
go-
we
Oh
did
wait,
make
no,
a
no,
decision.
no, no, no. End of last session, we decided shopping, and then we said no, we'd save it.
Yeah.
But we decided on where we were gonna go, I believe.
Yeah, we had.
Uh,
We took a vote. I remember.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we took
yeah.
a route.
On you mean like the other cities? Yeah.
Yeah, other
We're gonna
cities
go
to
to
go.
You guys.
I don't know if that's
it was
media, but-
safeguard over Forlorn.
It was the one that
Okay.
yeah, the one that Cannon wanted to go to.
Cannon always gets his way.
It was in order.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
It's in the order that was in the
Initially in
message.
or
Thank
Gotcha.
God.
the message that you received.
Cannon Clausen.
But first, shopping.
Yes. So you are at a crossroads between
Matt promised he'd keep it quick.
the roost
Take your
and
time.
Dump my shit and look for one item.
the market. So the market's down below. You could see it when you passed up to get here before. You would be able to navigate your way back, or you could go to the roost. If you want to shop first, shop first.
It's gonna
Brelikk
be
would like to
Matt.
go shopping. Brelikk would like to
Uh,
unload some stuff.
That's fair.
to shop.
Brelikk would like
I
to
would also
shop,
like to
please.
resupply.
Shiny.
Yeah. So you all standing on the pathway to the roost, you go, let's go shopping, and you
It was like that.
just right angle turn to go back down the updraft, which is kind of like going down the updraft. You just kind of like hover down until you're like not in the updraft anymore.
Okay.
So,
Alex
You do
plummets for about like 30 feet, and then the wind catches up, and
then the wind just catches him at the bottom and then lets him fall. Yeah.
It's a real last second grab too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
It's like, Jesus Christ. This guy's an idiot.
The wind thinks
these poor guys.
the wind thought to
I like
itself.
to imagine
"Fuck."
there's guys below you
Fuck
like
this
pumping
heavy
the
ass
air.
robot.
Like
You must be this light to ride.
Really testing their infrastructure here.
So where did we travel from again? Was it the roost we were up on, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were about there.
we were up. We were up top,
okay?
like just about to reach the roost, and then
Which the roost again is like some it's like basically the highest point in the tree overlooking out to the sea, and overlooking like the rest of Gale and stuff like that.
Okay.
And Brelikk expressed some kind of interest in wanting to spread the ashes up there of Ak. But perhaps that can wait for another time.
wait till we get back up there to
Time to
leave.
shop. Okay.
It's shopping time. It's way more important.
We're gonna shop first, and then before we leave, back up at the roost, I'll
Alright,
scatter
alright,
the ashes.
All right.
He wanted to
all right.
bring Ox shopping one last.
Yeah.
Yeah, one last time.
He wanted him to sit through it.
One
wanted
last
Ox-
time.
I wanted Ox guidance through the shop mentally.
Look, Ak, a magical hood.
Buy him,
Fuck that item. If I see it, I'm gonna just walk past it.
buy some,
Anyone else can get it. I don't care.
could buy some water and then like dump it in the pouch.
You thirsty?
Yeah,
Ox?
thirsty,
buddy?
You thirsty?
Oh,
for
magic
some
item
water,
that's an
Ock?
eye in a jar.
Thirsty?
Remember when you lost
Drink
your
up,
eye?
Ock.
Oh god. Okay. So, yeah, you all Brelick's like, I want to go shopping. So you all right angle down the updraft, and you make your way to this very large, bustling Doldrum Market. There's these buildings and shacks built in a ring, so it's kind of like a circular market around a center point, which is like a huge stone building on a raised platform. Looks like a stump, like a massive stump that was maybe like a thick branch at one point, but they cut it and now it's like they just put a building on it.
That'll do.
So there's quite a lot going on in this market in terms of activity and people buying things and individuals trying to, get people to come over to their stand. It's like, you there! You look like the reasonable businessman. And then there's, some other guys. You hear, like, over the sound of all these people kind of, like, mingling, you hear the sound of, like, it sounds like someone's, like, shooting, Brelikk, you have, like, some, like, PTSD almost with, these sounds of,
They're in the trees. They're all in the. We're surrounded by trees.
these sounds of these warforged, mechanisms discharging, is and you see that there's like a dude who kind of has like a shooting gallery set up, and there's some people participating in that, and there's also what looks like, doesn't necessarily look like a shop, but there's a forge off to the side in one of the outcrops, I guess you could call it. Like, it's kind of shaded by some canopy and some branches and stuff like that, and it's on
I walk towards the forge.
a large circular platform. All right, sure.
Yeah.
And Brelikk begins walking toward the forge, and you all are kind of just tagging along. And as you all are following, you hear what looks like kind of like a town crier, like a paper boy. He's extra, read all about it, as he's like waving around the, some articles. And
I go over and grab the newspaper.
okay. And he
Does
slaps.
it seem like he's selling them or just giving them out?
Yeah, he looks like he's selling them, probably.
He's
Well,
selling
just
them, but
take it and I
Jack just
don't
grabs
give
it
him any
anyways.
gold.
he's holding it up, waving it around, and this is a halfling, so
Oh, even easier.
you just kind of
Candy from
pluck it out of
Kyle.
his hand, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you gotta pay for that. You got the gold. That's 2 gold pieces for each."
I just turn off and
issue."
start walking
Gold,
away.
please.
I
Hey!
just turn off and start walking away.
Hey. Do you read the paper?
I just, yeah. I ignore this disgusting little halfling.
So
God.
so the front headline of this newspaper, right, bold lettering across the front: Arnor deemed innocent, Medea fraud.
Fuck is Arnor?
You realize it's an article on the Kingdom of Haven and how the investigation into one Consul Arnor Eledreth revealed a disturbing political plot.
Oh shit! We're about to get the resolution. Uh-oh.
17 consuls outed as Bedlam spies, including one Consul Medea, the primary
Oh, Medea!
architect of the ceasefire mission to Sanctum.
What about Ilan? Is he on there? The list? Obviously he is because he was a Bedlam agent.
Wow.
You continue reading.
Oh.
What about
When you look,
What about John's character?
what about Misk?
Nicodemus.
Where's Lord Nicodemus?
Where's Lord Nicodemus?
There is no mentioning.
Resurrected and brought back to the console.
So you read the list of names, and you actually note that Consul Ilan is not in there. He is not
I
included.
thought he was innocent.
Many
He
He
got
votes,
away with it.
You have to correct the record.
many votes in favor of this mission were included in this count of Bedlam spies. There was a public outcry once this broke news, leading to riots in the lower districts of Haven. And the article leaves off with referring to Consul Ilan, with him gone, having presumably perished in the doomed negotiations. Another must rise to the occasion. So whoever wrote it doesn't seem to have
And so
the most accurate
So John's
information.
character is gone as well.
There
but
is
he's
no
not.
mentioning of Nicodemus.
What about Misk?
None of
Well,
Misk
Misk is a
either.
nobody.
Misk was he was
There didn't
he'd be one of them as well.
in this it's implied in the wording that in this section with Ilan right at the end that presumably the ones who were responsible for the military escort, the original faithful few, they are presumed dead as well.
Okay. So
Matt,
I'm
you
going
must
to...
go correct
No,
the
no, no, no,
record,
So
Matt.
I'm gonna take the paper, and then I'm gonna look for Brelikk now, and then I'm gonna be like, so I find Brelikk, I hand him the paper. I'm gonna say, so, is all this true? You were. It wasn't just the one traitor; it was them all. I hand it to him.
And Brelikk, this is news to you, but typical.
Yeah. Can I do a? Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I should roll for
Yeah.
like how much of it would I know is like is true, and how much of it is like
Well, it's
definitely
you
like
wouldn't really, because the thing is, like, this is just a newspaper, so you don't know if these guys
Yeah.
are lying or not. But it's like based. I'm asking your character what like he thinks.
Yeah.
and what the situation.
They got the end of it wrong, but most of it is true.
Interesting. All right.
And you sit with that Brelikk just for a moment. It's kind of distracted you from the forge. And Khanek, you flip the paper over, and there's another headline.
Oh,
Oh,
boy,
no.
I wonder what it is.
The pinstripes have won the pennant. Babe Ruth has hit the game-winning home run.
Not quite, but close.
It's close though.
Yeah. The top boldface headline of the back of the paper reads, "Utale Nation overrun by shadows."
Oh my god.
Wait, Utali Nation?
Yeah. The Utale, of course, native Goliath tribes to the eastern shores of Safeguard. They have lived for the past 1,000 years within the safety of the kingdom they reside. Safeguard. And
I would know about these people.
Yes, you would.
At least they finally got coverage now. The media tried covering them up.
The oppressed groups will break the glass ceiling and rise up.
They have
So, Will, this
been.
means Jorma's people were killed, right?
Yes.
Well, let's continue reading.
Well, not killed, but yeah, overrun by shadow.
Necromanced by all the dragon people in Forlorn. Haha.
That would be funny.
Got him.
Your people are dead.
So, as of late, these native tribes have been progressively displaced from their homeland.
Just like Avatar.
Yes, just look at.
I don't know any real historical examples of this, so it's just
The
like
Native Americans.
Didn't happen.
Sacagawea, hello.
Ever heard of the Trail of Tears?
Chicago way.
No, I've heard of Canon's Trail of Tears. I remember that.
We don't have to bring that up.
Excuse me, what?
It's a different
For
time.
later. For later.
So, Safeguard officials are unable to glean anything coherent or anything clear from the reports they get from the refugees that are now in Safeguard. Many of them seem incoherent, babbling, driven to madness, speaking only of the coming darkness. They're like, okay. All right. Flip the paper back over.
Harry,
I don't know much of these people actually,
No,
so
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
actually.
how
know
Harry,
a
how
lot of
do the people of Safeguard feel about what happened to the Goliaths? Generally speaking.
So, in your experience prior to you leaving Safeguard, you know that it's in a pretty rough spot right now in terms of
course.
the war.
You left your people in
And
a rough spot.
It
You
wasn't
fucking-
it wasn't a good feeling necessarily having to leave them behind, but
Really a paladin though?
No.
they're
I
fighting
am, Matt.
they're fighting
paladin.
some kind of incursion, some kind of war on each side of its territory, and they don't have the resources to protect the Utale any longer, which is why they have stopped. They're not living in safety anymore because Safeguard can't protect them. They're trying to protect them themselves.
And maybe I didn't hear correctly, but do the things that are essentially wiping out these Goliaths, right?
Mhm.
Is it like an unknown source, or do we know it's caused by a specific people or something?
Just says overrun by shadows and the coming darkness. So it doesn't seem like anything has been identified yet. But
Okay.
yeah,
was
you know
curious.
these things.
You know, mate.
No, what?
And Khanek, you look up from the paper and you this is still all while you guys are walking to the forge. You look up from the paper and maybe you glance at that halfling who you had taken the paper from, and you see him standing next to now one of those Arakakra
Oh
guards.
shit! Oh
And
shit! No,
he's-
I throw the paper and I slip into the crowd. No, I slip into the crowd. I'm out of here. Ah shit!
And you
Why are
see
there
him
police everywhere? What the fuck? This is
You
a market.
You see him when
the
you
fuck?
when you looked at him. You saw him holding up
What's gonna happen,
a
you
piece of paper.
Oh no!
And-
All right, no, I'm slipping away. I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here. No. I know what this shit is. I know what he's holding up. I'm out of
Can
here.
you make me a
It's too
stealth
late
check
here.
to slip
Yeah,
away?
no, I'm gonna use my divination, my portent. I'm not making the check. I'm just gonna say it's an 18. I'm gonna use the 18 from portent. I'm out of here, bro.
Damn.
Let's have a roll, shall
talk
we?
about
You're,
that.
you won't escape forever, you serial killer. I'll get you one day, Dahmer.
Oh wow.
The
It's actually
halfling-
opposite day, Harry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The halfling is waving this piece of paper, and the guard is looking at it, like trying to get a look at what he's waving around, and then you slip into the crowd, and he looks to where the halfling's pointing, and you're not there anymore. And the guard kind of just looks back at the halfling and, points at him, like shoos him to get back to his crying louder.
Cry about it.
Selling his papers. And Brelikk, you step up to this forge, and you see the sign labels itself as Steelwind Wares. And in the shop, you see kind of like these strange pieces of metal in strange shapes. You don't get it at first, but then as you start seeing more of them, you start realizing that there's kind of like a cohesion to all of them. One of them looks like almost like a beak-shaped piece of metal that would go over the front of an Arakakra's, and then you see almost like these talon tips that are metal, like whatever you would call them, metal tips to the talons, to make them almost like blades. And then kind of like you hear a little
PTSD
jingle
right now.
a little jingle next to your ear, and you look to just see what it is, and it looks like you thought it was chimes at first, but then you see that there's like these steel feathers, incredibly thin, lightweight, just kind of clinging against each other on these strings, and they're just all around the shop. All of these pieces of metal are all around the shop, as well as the normal weapons and other metal and leather items you would find at a blacksmith shop like this. And behind the stand of this shop, you see a blue and white feathered Arakakra who's wearing blacksmithing gloves and an apron, and underneath you see what look like the garbs of what would be like a pilot, I guess, in the real world. But you know that Gale is home to the airship design. They transport people all around the world via airships. And looks like maybe this guy was like a former pilot for one of those or something like that. But he lifts up his goggles and he looks at you as you approach. Yeah.
I can just imagine one of these Aarakocra being like an old Aarakocra being like, I remember when we used to fly. Now they got these airships.
Old timer.
Technology's replacing your jobs. The government is taking over with robots.
This looks like a cool Falco fan art or something.
Yeah, this is really good.
I really like this.
I approach and greet him. Hello there. I'd hope to sell some of my wares and maybe perhaps purchase something from you.
Sure, sounds good to me, Sonny.
That's not the voice I expected to come out of this guy.
Honestly, I feel like it's fitting, but okay.
What do you have?
I pull out like one of the sacks off to the side of my back, right, and like place it on the table. Inside is a greatsword, halberd, greatsword +1, the arcane buckler.
Shit, gotta write this down.
And I have something in my loot in my inventory called a gate.
Agate. It's
Agate.
like
Agate.
It's like a gem stone.
The things on the tip of your shoelaces.
I throw
You let me hold
that
on to
in.
that greatsword
I
if you
throw
want.
that in there too.
Oh my god, John, it's Agate Village.
Oh my god.
Does it say how much the
Shut up, Parker.
Does it say how much the agate's worth?
Wow.
It says it's worth 15 gold.
Okay.
I love AK Village.
So
it'll always be
greatsword +1, agate, what else?
Halberd,
Yeah, halberd.
and arcane buckler.
You're getting rid of the buckler?
I'm looking for a new shield, damn it!
Shield. Oh.
I want
Wow.
a full fucking +2 shield, damn it. This thing's tiny as fuck compared to me.
So Brelikk just starts piling like all of these
That's what it's supposed to
metal
be.
weapons on top of him, on top of each other on the counter of this guy's shop. And the Aarakocra approaches it kind of quizzically.
Let's see here. You got a great sword, stronger than the last one. An agate, a halberd, and a arcane buckler. If my eyes don't deceive me.
Would you happen to have
You
perhaps a normal sized shield for someone of my stature?
Not on hand, Sonny. I craft all of mine to the wearer and commission based. Everything here you see is something of my creation, but shield. You said.
Yeah.
What kind of shield are you looking for, Sonny?
Something a bit bigger than this buckler here that I got over in Haven.
He like goes around the counter and he starts looking you up and down, kind of getting your physique.
Yeah.
Strong lad like you can't use any ordinary shield. No, you need something better, something more fit to the challenge.
I swear to God, if you give me a tower shield, because I swear to God. Okay. Yeah.
I don't have anything on hand, say. But if you come back in a bit, I may be able to make you something. And tell you what, mister. You tell me a good story about all these weapons and items you've given me, I'll even give it to you half off. So I'll give you a bit of gold extra for this.
How long would this this craft take? I'm leaving soon from Gale.
Depends if you want fine quality, friend. If you want a rush job, I can get it to you in a few hours. If you want this to be something, mwah, then I'm gonna have to do a bit of time.
He sticks his
God damn it,
feathers in his
DMs.
beak and then.
I'm more pissed at the fact that like everyone wants to leave Gale and the story wants us to leave Gale, and now there's this character that's like,
Why would you do this to us, John?
why? Like you
You're a
fuck.
terrible DM. You're a terrible...
Giving me a character that I genuinely like, and now I'm like, I can't. I want to stay, but I can't.
You could stay, Matt.
The choice is always yours.
Rolland will
Oh, yeah.
pipe in and say, "How much more time? Could it be done by tomorrow morning?"
Ah, geez, really breaking my beak here. I suppose I could make a.
Really ruffling his feathers.
really, I suppose I could do something for that if you know, give me some motivation.
I tell him
Quickly, get on your knees.
I tell him the story of the zombies down in the mines,
Oh.
and the follow up. I wasn't there that day, but the battle
With pleasure.
back in the
Was
trench.
legendary.
Yeah, with pleasure. Back in the trenches. Would you like me to roll persuasion on this retelling of the story?
Sure.
See how good of a recounting it
Let's
is.
see how good of a exactly.
Woo!
Okay. Wow.
Look
yeah.
at, why do you have so much charisma? Whoa.
You just gave him a buff.
Oh, that
Barry.
is true. Oh yeah, that's right. We did do that.
Why do you have so much charisma?
So
you
you
gave me
begin to
Damn, let's go.
you begin to recount this story full of like excitement and adventure, and it kind of lights up this older Arakocra's eyes. You know, some rekindling of a lost flame. And
And I finished the story, and then I looked at him and said, "With pleasure," and I brought down my sword.
He's taking control of the meme.
This is terrible.
This is my meme
So
now.
great. And that just sends him over the moon.
yeah. Tell you what, I can do a rush job tomorrow morning. Like you say, that's a really good story. I like that you even managed to take down a dragonborn. Not many men can do that and say they lived afterwards, which is not many.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll tell you what, I'll get you a nice shield, one specially equipped for you, my friend, and I will take what your items that you've given me in payment for this, and I will make sure it is quite the shield. Do we have a deal?
Ooh.
Hold on. He wants.
So this shield
the-
will
No one else
be...
has even had a chance to go
The
shopping with him
payment's
yet.
gonna be
Should-
350 gold. This shield is what you're telling me.
So that's, yeah, he's basically saying that it'll be a specialty made item. Probably magical.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like.
But it is an
Brelikk,
investment. You're basically hitting the
Bray-
mystery
yeah.
box right now. Except...
Yeah, true. Brelikk, not knowing the price of the items clearly,
a
and
recon.
that he's sat in front of him, he's like, I mean, sure, sounds good to me.
And,
Rolland will pipe in and say,
Everyone else in the party's like...
Brelikk.
Yeah,
Perhaps we should-
yeah.
Brelikk, perhaps we should figure out the rest of our purchases before you bundle it all in, so we know what our work is cut out for us.
Are you telling me my items and my creations are not worth this simple few items?
No, I'm saying we're gonna buy more.
Cannon, your mic is fucking up.
You're like...
Dude, are we getting a
Ohio
decal
moment.
Ohio
The cow moment?
decal moment?
Kind of went to Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to Utah for a bit there, buddy.
Is he still there? Oh, he's making food.
He's trying to get together.
I think we lost him. So I guess Rolland voices his disagreement.
As
Doesn't
Brelikk is
matter.
kind of just like pushing it across the counter.
I will say, like, is there any reimbursement I could get back for some of the lost items? I happen to be a little low on gold at the moment.
Tell you what, you gave me a great story. Why don't I give you inspiration for one yourself? What do you want me to make?
50 chance, don't fuck it up, man.
Ooh.
Do we even know what this guy can do?
Katsu's like,
magic hands.
ugh.
I'm a commission-based forger, of course, so, you know, I can make a wide variety of items.
Well, can you show us some work?
Yeah, you know, he starts walking you through.
Fanning his feathers against all of the things on the walls. Just and
I appreciate this debacle while I'm trying to think of what inspiration to
And
give
he,
him,
like,
so-
all kinds
asks
of
you guys-
gleaming armaments.
Yeah, and he asks you guys to like gesture up, and you look up, and there's this
any better now?
huge like
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
like airship on display above you guys on the overhead.
Matt,
It's like
tell
for
me,
myself.
Matt
Of course, it
messaged
doesn't
me.
really work much anymore.
tell me you want an airship.
All right.
All right, all right.
An airship.
That's my baby right there.
I'm more of a practical man. I need something in my hands. Got
I
anything
see.
I could toss around?
Like
Uh,
like a frisbee.
I've got a few balls, steel balls, if you like those. Maybe,
A lot of craftsmanship in those balls.
Some would say.
All right, let me see them.
Okay, and he hands
What,
you like.
craftsmanship in them.
So he doesn't really know what you mean. So he gets you a few kinds of varying sizes. Like one is a bag of ball bearings, you know, that you can use for maybe general use. And then he's got like a few more like steel weighted like balls, like weights almost, you know, like medicine balls, like that you could use for something. You could also think they might have been cannonballs at one point, but you're not sure.
Were we supposed to have any starting gold besides a background?
Yeah, 100.
100.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
Said that last
he
time.
also opens a drawer of basically what would be functionally bullets, like the sling stones that you would, not like gun bullets, but like bullets, like stone bullets.
Okay.
If that's what you're looking for, out of character, what are you looking for?
Nothing in particular. Just
Oh,
wanted to distract and get to see some of the wares. I turn back to Brelikk. Well, what you thinking?
An idea. Something to help push my enemies back on the front lines. Something
Did you take
to
the crusher feat?
no.
No.
And then with further, hopefully with further inspiration and maybe some gold back. Get it? I slam Streakstone on the table for him as well.
Oh.
Well, this is a fine piece of stone you got here. He picks it up and he starts looking at it. This is streak stone if my eyes aren't deceiving me, right?
Takes it, swipes it across his beak to test its legitimacy.
It shimmers. It will now glow for the entirety of his
Aw.
life.
Seems legitimate.
You
Looks like he wants
use
Brelikk
that
to use
for
that.
the craft of the shield, if you would.
I can do that. And you thinking this is also something to push back your enemies, or were you looking for something else?
Something to push back enemies, something to maybe bolster the defense of those around me.
He wants a bigger shield.
Rolland nods in approval.
This will be a little bit of a project. I hope you can come by tomorrow afternoon, and I'll get this done. Unfortunately, this is kind of a costly ideal, so I will have to take your wares that you traded me, or the equivalent gold value, if you understand me.
Down payment.
So I'm giving him all the stuff.
Yeah.
Basically,
Basically.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Not to worry, Mr.
Brelikk.
Brelikk. And he like writes it down like a piece of paper. He folds out from like one of his like tucked pockets. He's like, "Fantastic, Mr. Brelikk. I'll have your gift for you tomorrow. Get excited." Are you excited?
What?
Yet?
Stoic. Yes,
Right,
very.
right there, you sounded like the
Right.
the captain guy from Futurama. And I'll have this
picture-
for you tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You tomorrow.
Come on, get.
That route's for schoolgirls. Now here's a route with chest hair.
Fantastic. If you fine gentlemen besides your compatriot here need anything from me, I can make something for you.
He looks to me.
Yeah, either you or Rolland or whoever else is in there.
I want
I'm
something
not
I
in the
can
store, I'm
throw.
hiding in an alleyway.
I'm just standing outside. I can't
Khanek.
fit through the doorway.
As you're as you're standing in this alleyway, Khanek, and you look across at all of these just splattered, just signs and posters and notices, you see one that sticks out to you, a shadowy familiar, in a shadowy and familiar kind of a way. You would see this poster straight across from you.
Oh no. What is this?
The city-state of
Is that-
Gale dispatches this notice for the purpose of public safety. Suspect is responsible for a spree of serial murders throughout Gale. The duo killer, monikered as such for killing in twos then burning what remains, continues to evade pursuit of authoritative custody. Charges include trespassing, murder, terrorism, and unlawful stratagem. Do not attempt
Unlawful
confrontation.
stratagem.
Suspect is highly delusional and dangerous. If identified, contact your local authorities so that his reign of terror may
no.
end.
This is what I'll do. Dude.
So he's the only one who sees this.
First, I'm
In
gonna
the
tear the
alley.
poster down.
You tear the poster down.
Who's this guy?
Second, I'm gonna like take my little wrap on my head. I'm gonna plop it down a little bit, and I'm gonna take out another hat. I'm gonna put on a cowboy hat above it.
To like to cover the yeah.
Yeah. And in my head, I think, perfect.
Oh,
Before the campaign started, I was like, Jack, are you evil? He's like, no. Serial killer.
He's chaotic neutral, okay?
Mm.
I'm not
catch-all.
evil.
So
Yeah, guys,
back
come on.
to
And
back
then
to Katsu.
switching back. to the other
He's like,
side.
well, you want something to throw at enemies. What do you want to do with this throwable item? Do you want to plunge them, to maybe entrap them, to tangle them?
I just want to throw something real hard. I don't know, make it spiked. Could be a ball, just something.
Well, I have a few ideas. I can get you this boa, and he holds you out like a bola. Sorry, and which is this
Boa?
boa.
Straight.
I don't know how to pronounce it actually.
I
And
found you
fun.
a football, son. You
It's
want it?
two balls connected by like a rope, basically, so
Yeah.
you could throw it and then try to tangle around people.
Okay.
Is an option, and he also throws out. He's like, "Tell you what, I have this," and he throws it out. It's like a standard flail, which is like the item where you could like. It's like a. I don't know if you know what a flail is. It's basically like a stick, and there's a chain on the end of it attached to like a ball, and it is sometimes spiked. It's bludgeoned. So for this one, it's spiked. And he says, "I've got a basic flail here for you, but if you want something nicer, I can do some commission work."
I'll just take the thing with the ropes.
Very good. I'm a boring man after it. Anyway, so so that will cost you, let's say, 30 gold,
20.
25.
Sure.
Okay.
Bargain, really.
All right. So he collects your gold, 25 gold, and he hands you this flail. It looks to be in pretty actually good condition. Maybe it was traded from, off.
Wait, the flip? No, I said the thing with the ropes. The
bola.
The
Oh,
bola.
yeah, sure. Yeah, the bola. Yeah, so one bola was 25 gold. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay.
So we had to do that, and it would actually be. It looks like it was never used before, so still
Okay.
brand new.
Is it special in any way?
You are not certain, but you don't innately
Okay.
detect anything super magical from it.
Mechanically, it would probably do damage, but then it would also have like the net property. I think that
Okay.
would make sense. Like whatever that mechanic is with nets when you throw them on people, and
Okay.
it'd probably be a combination of damage and the net property. But we can.
I also see
figure
it
out
as
the
having greater
specifics.
range than you being able to throw a net.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. We'll work it out. Sounds good.
That's always just remind me of Graham.
Of
The
what?
Oh,
only,
yeah.
the only Graham from that one
Yeah, the
shot
one-
at Cannon's house. The one memorable moment I have of Graham in D&D where he like made a pog play. And
That
I
was in.
remember that.
Well, he had that in Ayland too. He pulled out the net
Yeah.
and he just like threw it on
Yeah.
some of the fish people.
Graham's greatest weapon, a net.
Oh, the one shot. I remember. Yeah. Graham's
That was space.
Yeah, he's a G. Okay. So, anybody else do anything in the shop?
You are all aware of the fact that there
I-
are other shops as well, so perhaps there's someone else who might pique your curiosity with your moolah.
I'd like to see if he has. I pull out the Serpent's Fang. First time I've unsheathed it in front of anyone here.
Like the League
Serpent's Fang.
Yes, you.
It's a long. It's a single bladed long or single edged longsword.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
I just can't think of League now.
What's lethality
Uh,
does it give you?
I just put it on the table and I say like, the weapon I currently use. And I pull out my second one. It's just like essentially like a town guard standard longsword, and I'm like, and this is what goes in my other hand. I think you'd agree they're somewhat unequally matched. I don't know if you have anything that could compare to this, but if you do, I'd be interested in seeing it.
The longsword from your service, or the specialty item? And he points to the what'd you call it again? Just one more time.
Serpent's
Serpent's
Fang.
Fang.
Serpent's Fang.
Very lawful good of me.
Mhm. I don't know if I have anything on hand that would be able to compare with such things. I have a standard longsword if you want that
Oh,
kind
if-
of weaponry.
You don't have it, I understand. Just an inquiry.
But like I said to your friend, I'm currently running a special. Where if you told me a good story, I could commission something for you for half off.
I could perhaps tell you one story I was told back at my temples.
Oh.
Story between nations.
Of nations. Go on.
Hold on. Scrolling.
A
down.
breeze.
Didn't I get that half off
Budgetary.
price?
Yeah, you did. That's why,
Yeah.
I didn't have to pay more?
yeah, your shield's gonna be a banner, man. That's all I'm
I
gonna tell
even
you.
gave him Streakstone. I was hoping to get some cash back. You were dropping that in there. God damn.
As Rolland begins to divulge prepare himself to divulge this story,
Mhm.
there's kind of like a dramatic gust of wind that blows through, and some of the feather chimes, they ding 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 against each other, and kind of looks up from his.
I say, so essentially I go into, I I will talk about how Heritage and Gale both left the war 10 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and I talk about them in the light of them abandoning their duty to the war, and how they let hundreds of people die because of it, and that safeguard
Play this out in character, Cannon. Give me speed. I want to hear it.
Yeah, say it in character. That's exactly
Play
what
the
I want to
character,
hear.
Cannon. I want to hear it.
Okay. I mean, I could try. It's just that I only have like the notes that
Rolland.
Harry and I talked about briefly. So
All right, you
I
can
say-
just ramble, when you run out of things to say, you can always just ramble. Those bastards, they left.
I have one story that comes to mind. Story between nations.
No, he cut
The
out.
consequences of abandoning one's duty. More than 10 years ago, the war was at what some would consider its peak. Gale, as I'm sure you're familiar with, was convinced to exit the war by Haven. People that in Safeguard. I'm reading this from your notes. Heritage was forced to unconditionally surrender to Sanctum, and well, we were able to subdue them on our own. In the time that Gale has left the war, the front may have pushed back, forth, but never went away. This war is truly unending. While Gale sat pretty in its peaked trees and pretty forests, the rest of the people on the main continent suffered. Which eventually leads us to today, where, for some reason unbeknownst to myself, this lot of whatever the fuck we are have been tasked by not just one but multiple gods to intervene. A duty that I always saw to uphold anyways. I do not mind one more call to action. So here we stand in front of a humble shopkeep, equipping ourselves for what could be one of truly the most epic battles that this war has seen. And I ask you,
Okay, go ahead.
do you have a sword?
I can live up to this legendary moment.
I did my best.
Make me a persuasion check, yeah.
I'm really trying my best out here.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
good. That was good.
With
I
advantage.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
Will
with
you
advantage.
arm?
Did you?
That's with advantage?
No, I don't.
No,
Oh,
that's
with
not
advantage?
advantage.
Yeah, you have
Okay,
advantage.
okay.
Holy, dude.
Do it
I was
again.
gonna
Not
say-
one, twice.
Oh my god, man.
He rolled a 3.
I mean, it's still a 15, but come on.
You know, I've had some better stories in my day.
It's still
Bam.
15, look.
but you know what?
That's
I'll
great.
go ahead and go through with this request. Because I see something of myself in you. Maybe a few years younger. Completely different race, of course.
Right.
What?
Different background, completely different socioeconomic class, but
Perhaps even different religions. But yeah. Anyway,
but who's to say?
Tell you what, I'll give you half off of your custom item. So you want a long sword, correct?
It would be preferable, yes.
And a special one at that, which is no simple price. So I will only charge you a simple fee of 125 gold.
Are you
And
looking
this-
at my inventory right now?
No,
Okay.
is that what
I
you
have
have?
115 gold.
Smooth
No,
talking.
but he doesn't know that. Go on,
This
though.
is the gold price system. Anyway,
I know. You're good.
I want to make sure it's as nice as your serpent's fane here. If not better. It's got my spit shine on it. Of course, not actually, but
Do birds salivate, Parker?
I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't
No,
know.
not to my knowledge, no.
I didn't think they did.
If it needs some odds and ends, it's fine. If you need to focus on his shield first, it's completely okay. I won't be able to use this sword until it's blessed by my god.
So, when do you want it?
Oh, as soon as possible. I'm just saying, if the shield, go ahead and finish it first. I
Yeah, just come
understand.
back with your friend. It's okay. I'll have it done to but he's having a bit of a stroke. Tomorrow at
A bit.
early
Yeah,
afternoon.
he's having a bit of a stroke.
I do appreciate the expediency.
Of
You seem
course.
like you have a few interesting stories yourself.
I've seen a battle or two back in my heyday.
Can I insight that?
Yeah.
Sure.
To see if he's
It'd be so
lying.
It'd be so funny if this
He's
guy
stolen
just
valor.
is like never seen a battle in his life, and he just has the persona of a shopkeeper.
Yeah.
He's
So.
stolen valor.
And Eric,
With
for a
insight of
line?
14, looking around, if you actually look back up at the airship, to like think about it for a moment, it actually does have some battle scars on it. And judging by how he talks about it, you would be keen on believing him that he probably has seen a battle or two when they were in the war.
Cool. All right. I just nod my head with giving respect.
Yeah, I used to be an ace combat pilot. Piloted that baby up there. Points up to the
Man, I
airship.
love that game.
Okay, is the airship he keeps pointing to? Is it like a model of it or something?
It looks to be like once functioning airship, but is now come out of commission, basically.
It's literally just docked somewhere.
Yeah, it's like hanging on display, like on the on the wall, basically, or like under the ceiling.
Okay.
There's like a canopy where like Eric Hawker can like fly in and out. It's still like an open roof, but like on
That's cool.
like the edge of the roof. Yeah,
Okay.
hanging on
Cool.
branches. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me just check my inventory really. Because I still also I'll just ask him could I do potentially 115 gold, and I'll leave you my secondary longsword. If it's not enough, I could also throw in some javelins. They haven't even seen combat yet.
I'll take the sword. Might give me some inspiration. Thank you very
course.
kindly, friend. And your name is Mr.
You call me Rolland.
Mr. Rolland. How do you spell that? R-O-I-L-A-N-D?
Rolland.
Oh, my mistake.
In common.
mistake.
In common, yes.
Understood.
Oh.
Well, thank you for your time, boys. It's been a pleasure, and I hope my work is inspiration to you as well one day.
Whoever made this poster, by the way, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice.
You can thank Harry for that one.
Thanks, Harry.
You're welcome.
God
Sorry.
says.
Is
And
it
down
coming
from
through?
the
Oh, it is coming through.
Booming
Okay, there
across
we go.
all of Gale.
Are you guys looking for anything else in the
shit.
Steelwind Wares?
No,
Nope.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
then we
outside
sleep
of
until-
just Mike, I guess.
And then we sleep
never
till
went
noon.
Yeah, no, with you outside.
Yeah.
Come back again for your future Forge Wares at the Steelwind Wares. Anyway, so you guys leave.
Also,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I got that
you're right.
natural one, I kicked my wall so hard by accident, like that my foot started bleeding a little bit.
Oh, cannon.
Your poor
Hey, if you
feet, man.
dented
They've already
your
been
wall.
through enough. Don't.
I know.
I know,
don't
don't-
anymore.
Hey, Cannon, if you dented your wall, I know a good drywaller.
Hey,
Out of
it was
character,
it
Shannon?
was on the trim.
Because
Yeah.
of the way you describe that story, I wanted to get a nat one so bad,
You're such a cunt.
just because of how funny it would be. So
Okay, I'm glad you thought it was okay, because I felt like
no,
I
it
was
was a good
struggling.
story.
The whole
No,
scene.
it was good. I liked it. I would rather have that than anything else.
Yeah, so you all are you step away from this stand, from this shop. And yeah, I'm glad you like the poster. We'll close that now on the stream. Close those two.
What are the fucking chances, man? Oh.
Whoa.
1 in 20 to be precise.
So Khanek, you see them stepping away from the shop now, and you're keeping track of them and keeping within their vicinity. Doesn't look like this guard is looking for you. And the crier, the paper boy, is no longer in the vicinity. You heard his voice trail off to kind of like a really far, whatever the far end of the market from you guys is right now. And again, once you guys step away from this shop, you hear more shots.
Good God.
There's two. It's the duo oh, there's three. It's the trio killer.
Coming from the stand with looks like it looks like a stump, like a large stump that was hollowed out and then made into a shop. And you see the shop owner, kind of like a silhouette of him, standing in front of these targets that are like moving back and forth, kind of like a carnival game. And there's an Azimar just, trying to finagle his way around this gun as he's firing to try and hit these. And you note that he runs out of all his shots. And he looks...
Utah.
Fuck! My back?
He's
I'm
back.
All right.
Yeah,
he looks very frustrated.
This thing's busted. This is unfair.
It is not my fault you suck at shooting. You get out of my shop now. For anyone else listening, I have 2-for-1 special on all rarity items. Stop by Crosshair Gallery if you think you can handle it.
Don't stop by this place. It's a goddamn scam.
Get out of my shop.
Fuck you. He runs away.
So there's that shop. And there's also
So that's an option.
and there's the large stone building in the center, which you read the signage is the Black Paw Trading Company. Which do you approach? Alex, are you drawn to this the sound of gunfire?
I just imagine when everyone was like shopping inside, it's like a cutaway, and you just see Mike having a panic attack and me just standing perfectly still, like next to him, while gunshots are going off in the background and there's people yelling. I don't think I'm drawn to gunfire. I'm just chilling.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow wherever everyone else goes, or where Mike and or Khanek go.
If you have more gold to spend, I'd recommend checking out all the shops because there's some different stuff at each one.
I'll just keep going until I'm broke.
How much
Can I
gold do you have right now?
Not
can I
much.
talk to my genie through the ring, or do I have to be inside of the ring to talk to him?
Well, okay, so I might have messed up a bit last session, just to clarify for everyone else. Mechanically, you can hear things outside your ring, right, when you're in it?
Yeah.
So then the genie probably could too, yeah. So...
But then, could he communicate with me like that?
We could say it's like a telepathic thing, but you would have to probably prompt the genie to, talk to him most of the time. Or go in the ring completely for
Go in the ring every
a more
time,
immersive.
Now we can
I'm
talk to him
asking
face to face.
I'm asking. I can only go in once a day. So
Gotcha.
I've already used it.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably, we'll say the communication's more limited, but he understands, what's happening, and he can hear you.
Okay. Cool.
So, Katsu, do you walk over to this, shooting gallery?
I think so. I think you'd like say to the group it's place is a lot louder than I thought it'd be. The monks always told me to stay out of trouble. I'm going towards it.
And Katsu just monk walks, like
Monk walk.
Monk walk. Plug one.
Which is 50 feet per round, monk. But no.
Yeah.
Monk's just walking insanely fast. Normal walks.
You there, puny dragonborn! Do you want to participate in my 2-for-1 deal?
Well, what's the deal?
You pay for 1 item. You get to play shooting gallery game. If you hit all 3 targets, then you receive another item of equal quality. At no extra cost.
Easy. I've got... Well, how much is 1 item?
The lowest starting price is 50 gold.
Next one up.
100 gold.
I'll buy the 50 gold.
Okay. What would you like to purchase? And I'll post all of the common items in... Oh, I made notes on, Brelick's order. And Katsu, as you walk up to this shop, you notice it is called, Crosshair Gallery. And these are the items available to you at at the 50 gold price range. As if you want to, well, I'll just paste the whole thing. You would be able to browse everything of the higher price range as well. And
Executioner cannon.
Yeah.
Damaged.
You get a you get a look at this guy. You walk up, and it is a tabaxi. And he is is wearing these dark gray leathers, kind of like a trench coat, kind of with a higher collar. He looks very ratty and unkempt by tabaxi standards, but he notably has this mechanical glowing blue eye along the left side of his face, and the eye looks like it's kind of some hodgepodge kind of dwarven design, maybe some kind of like prosthetic, but you wonder if it kind of has any functionality beyond basic sight. Brelikk, as you approach this from behind, this blue light is reminiscent of the trauma you had with the commander. From the 50 gold price range, what would you like to purchase?
Can I get a look at the overdrive module as well?
That is outside your price range.
Well, can I not hear of it?
Those ventilating lungs.
It interests me. Maybe we can make ends meet.
They're filling up and then not filling up.
The overdrive module is relatively damaged. It has the capabilities of boosting your metabolism and making your body be pushed to the limits. Lol. He twitches.
Wow.
It's like smacking him. Well, that sounds pretty cool. How much is that one?
50, 500 gold pieces.
Holy!
Unless you can create gold out of thin air, I suggest you look elsewhere.
Damn. All right. What about the arm blade? What is that? What is that about?
That is an attachment for your arm. It becomes a blade. Do you wish to know more about this product?
He's a fucking NPC. Like, would you like to hear more? It's like I'm shopping on Amazon.
It is considered magical for the purposes of overcoming physical resistances.
Would I be able to attune to something like that as a monk weapon? Basically, I just need to be proficient.
That sounds like a monk weapon to me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
to my understanding with the monk features, you can just like touch
Yeah,
something.
there's an optional feature now that allows you to become proficient with one type of weapon. That weapon
Oh.
becomes a monk weapon.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, you could like, as long as it's not a two-handed like a greatsword or something crazy like that, you can just attune to it. I'm actually playing in another campaign right now, and I made a monk firearm guy. I just attuned to or I made a gun my monk weapon. That's why I have the
The gunk.
soundboard. Yeah, the gunk.
Hmm.
That soundboard with the gun shooting is actually from the other campaign. I just decided to pull it.
Okay. I'll take the dust of corrosion, and I'll play your game.
Okay. That will mean you will need to hit 3 targets in the successive
All right.
in succession. And he picks up the gun, loads it, and spins it and puts it down on the table for you, the gun cock. And yeah, just
Alright.
and he's like, very good. Now, if you would please place your 50 gold on the countertop.
I could go ahead and do that.
Thank you very much. And he
Oh.
pushes the pushes the dust across to you, and he's like, I wish you the best of luck.
Don't need it.
Okay. Make 3. So he starts the game, and it starts playing. Yeah, it starts playing a little musical tune, and the targets come up, and they are in the shapes of Harengon, like little bunnies, and
Oh, God.
we have the backmost target is moving like really fast, the middle target's moving kind of fast, and then the bottom one is moving the slowest.
Okay.
And if you make 3 attack rolls, so each of them is progressively harder to hit, you have to beat 16, 18, 20.
Okay. I don't have the firearm. What's the modifier? It's just Dex. I'm not proficient. So I'd be using the
Yes.
firearm stats, right? Okay. And I'll just do /roll 1d20.
Yep. That sounds good.
17. That's +5 for the first one.
And
Oh!
and the Harengon goes down. Haha! Beginner's luck.
All right. I aim for the middle. One. Ah, shit.
It, like,
Oh, no.
ricochets off the interior of the shop. What are you
Can I
doing?
use
Trying to
it?
kill me?
I didn't mean to.
Go ahead. We will see. No.
Uh-oh.
And you just.
That one's a 12.
He's like, give me back the gun, and then you shoot again. Just. No, you have already failed.
Was it? Well, fine.
He takes the gun from you off the counter, the smoking barrel. Looks like this is like a really unhinged, like, way of bringing people to your shop, because, you know, you're giving your customers a loaded gun and then having them shoot right by you. He takes the gun back and puts it under the counter, and he goes, "Ha ha! I knew you would never be able to do it."
You really treat your customers right.
Of course. Now, would any of your friends like to participate in the game?
No.
Does this puny dragonborn speak for you? And he gestures to Half-Orc. He gestures to Brelikk.
Me?
Do I look like I'm speaking to anyone else?
Sure. He's offering me to fire the gun?
First, you
just
will
look
need to
around?
purchase an item. 2 for
You're gonna
1.
get
Okay.
scammed.
What are those inflating balloons? I'm looking at the ventilating lungs.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Gives you the ability to speak. I wonder. Be crazy if that was the case.
Any Warforged? Any Warforged in the party?
Any Warforged users in the party who can't speak? Raise your hand.
My hand does not raise.
My hand does not raise.
You see, the Warforged are made of superior design. They have these ventilating lungs that will allow you to breathe any type of air throughout the war in Rapture.
There are different types of air.
Yes. It would appear to me
Ow.
that you have not been anywhere outside of Safeguard Paladin.
There's quite thick ash.
The
In
smoke,
heritage.
the ash, and if you have been to Destiny, there is the astral dust.
Utah moment.
Utah. It didn't even glitch out. He just stopped talking.
Did I? No, it was Utah.
No, he glitched out.
Oh no, yeah, you glitched. Like normally, it's like it turns robotic,
Oh,
and like it's a couple pauses. You're back now.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
Like this time, it was just like it was a pure cutoff.
Yeah,
like,
he said
glitch.
the smog, the astral dust, and the air in Sanctum, from which all of my wares are from, is also quite
How
difficult
much?
to breathe and deal with the
How
environment.
much?
How much? A good question. Let's see.
4,000 gold.
That will be 100 gold pieces.
Hmm.
This prosthetic, well, quite uncomfortable to implement. Allows you to breathe, increasing your lung capacity.
You have to cut your fucking chest open to like.
It is
Brelikk looks at the big gashes in his chest like.
It is a painless
I could do
procedure.
that.
It looks as though you are already halfway there.
I look over at
Hmm.
fucking Will's character. What's your name, Will?
Alex.
Alex. Sorry. Kept thinking Aelin.
Al, it'd be
Do the
Al.
Warforged
Alan.
feel pain?
Alan.
The one, the red dot or the laser sight just looks at you.
And
We need some yes or no communication with Alex, man.
Rolland has drawn attention to the Warforged now as he approaches behind the rest of them. And
Whoa,
the
whoa,
shopkeep
whoa.
is all
I'm
like,
surprised, Warforged. Why are you not interested in these modifications?
he is not interested in these modifications because they are already built into his system. You see, we are inferior fleshbacks. We are to become Warforged by replacing ourselves with the metal components by which they are made.
Where did you obtain these metal
One
components
day,
from?
I will be completely Warforged in its own making and design.
Yes, I understand.
And I
but
will be known
where
as Crosshair.
exactly- where exactly are you getting these parts from?
Oh.
What do you mean?
I mean that these parts are naturally created or formed.
Are you to question the
part of a
authenticity
Warforged.
of my wares?
So I'm actually would be more concerned if they were authentic.
Well, you see,
Are you killing Warforged to obtain these items?
no, of course not.
Insight.
Though I would love, I would relish in being able to pick apart your large Warforged companion right here. I am sure he has many different systems and modulars that would go well in the inventory of my shop.
The
Are
laser
there any
gets a
systems
little
you could do
larger.
without? I assume they would fetch a large sum. Be your lucky day, Warforged.
Alex looks disapproving.
In my past life, I was a scavenger within the region of Sanctum. There are few which follow this path, and only the strongest survive the journey. I scavenged Sanctum and brought the inventory back here to Gale in order to sell to very grateful customers. Lol.
Lol.
Can I take your silence as approval of the transaction for the ventilating lungs? I can assure you, they will function as intended, and seeing as though you have the proper chest cavity to implement such a device, it would be very beneficial of you to do so. Negligent even for you not to do so.
Sure. Listen, don't put Brelikk in front of a salesman. It's bad.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
It sounds good to me. Breathe
That's
better.
good. This guy's basically going to Mexico to have a a random surgery put in by the cartel and like hoping it works.
Brelikk doesn't know that.
I know. We're all just sitting here like, yeah, go ahead. That sounds fun. We're all bystanders, letting this guy fucking
If you would like,
open his chest.
I could perform the procedure for you as part of the transaction. Or you may attempt the procedure yourself. To varying outcomes. Or you can give it to... You may ask of your Warforged companion here to attempt to install it yourself. Himself.
Is there an installation fee, I'm assuming?
Comes with the purchase.
I look at Alex to see if he could install it into me. What response? What response do I get from Alex?
Alex, you do not feel
From
as though
him.
this is something that you were designed to do. But you could figure it out, maybe.
To say
The
the
laser
least.
beam looks at you, Matt. And
Laser
then
beam very thin for no, laser beam big for yes.
I reach to my side and I hold my nozzle to dispense ale.
I don't think he is programmed to install things like. I'd feel more comfortable if you did it.
That is very reassuring. Come.
Okay.
And he takes you behind the counter, and he shows you to
Cool.
like a chair that looks like kind of like a barber or like a dentist chair. Please make yourself comfortable.
I laid it down.
This is how you die.
by
You're
a
allowing
botched
yourself to
lung
bleed.
replacement
Nah.
surgery.
That lays down on the altar.
Nah.
No, this is everyone else is just letting this happen.
No one
Yeah.
stopped me.
Everyone
no one's
seems-
proposed a point. Every party member seems content with me going through with this. I mean,
It's alright.
I mean,
I'm in
it's
the
your
I'm
body.
in the room with you. I'm here.
It's your
it's
Fun
your
wrong.
body.
Your choice.
Khanek's nowhere to be seen. Kev is talking to his ring.
Whispering to his ring.
Yeah, kind of weird. The only normal ones here, the only two people here currently here paying attention are Alex and
Brelikk, you sit in the chair.
Katsu.
Katsu?
Yeah.
You're saying
Sorry.
I'm not normal?
You didn't pose. You're not paying attention. Clearly, you're not saying anything to this.
Oh yeah, no, I was.
Anyway, I sit down in the barber chair. It's happening. The die has been cast.
Very good. This procedure is very quick and very painless, but it is very uncomfortable. You are
I
going
would
to
like to
feel
be
a slight twinge, and you will not be able to breathe for about 10 seconds. I
I
encourage you
remain
to take a
stoic
very.
throughout the whole process.
I encourage you to take a very deep breath before I reach my hand into your chest cavity.
I won't It doesn't matter whether or not I breathe in or breathe out.
Has he cut him
For
open yet?
10 seconds, I will not have to breathe.
Brelikk
There is
is
no mathematical reasoning for me to breathe in or breathe out.
Time to tune your metal tube.
Has he cut him open yet, Harry?
Haha,
Or is he about
if you
to?
say so, half orc. I have done this
I'm
many
going to
times
breathe
before.
out.
Is he? Are you taking any anesthetic or anything?
Nope. Doesn't
I
look
would-
like
I would
he's
like
offering any.
I would like to remain stoic throughout the whole process.
Yeah, make a Constitution
could.
saving throw.
Fuck yeah. I'm proficient in that.
Does this guy look like? Does this guy look like he knows any like
No,
healing
he
magic or
doesn't.
anything?
No.
Okay. I will.
No,
I will
doesn't.
ready.
I hand him
will-
it. I hand him the
He puts on a
all-purpose
glove.
multi-tool. I hand him the all-purpose multi-tool for help.
Brelikk,
That is made for working on Warforged.
Yeah,
he
he
did-
looks
did
Brelikk,
not
I'm
have it.
sure you would heal in time on your own, but if you'd like, I can close your wound immediately after, and it would make sure.
Oh,
there's
I
no
would.
scar-
I would appreciate it. I already have scars.
That way there would be no scarring, at least.
This time I'll get to know whether or not it's flesh in me or streakstone.
Before he cuts him open, I'll kind of like, I'll like raise my hand and I'll put it on the, on Brelick's shoulder, and like, the laser beam will look down at you, and you kind of get the sense of, are you sure about this?
You think
Looking at you very seriously, he is like, I have been through much pain in my life. I will be okay.
All right, I will take my hand off of.
I hope he starts yowling like a baby.
I rolled a 13. I don't think I would be screaming. I would look uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, I rolled a
through the
15
process.
earlier, and they said my story could be better. So
Yeah, so he looks at the all-purpose tool that you hand him, and he looks back to you, kind of stopping right before he puts his hand in your stomach.
Yeah.
he,
Where did you get this?
What does it look like? From the Warforged.
It looks as though you have been to Sanctum. Is that true?
Yes.
Ho ho ho! I have misjudged you, half orc. A fellow appreciator of the Warforged design is more than welcome here in Crosshair Gallery.
Okay, yeah.
You can
Do I get a
consider
discount? What?
you can
Wait.
consider these ventilating lungs half off. So 50 gold.
Yo, that's Pog. Let's go.
And he takes the all-purpose tool. And
the economy is a sham.
This is up there. This is up there with John's fucking on the altar. like,
yeah.
he puts his, he just slowly inserts his hand into the seam of your chest.
Can I get advantage on the Constitution saving throw because I gave him the all-purpose multi-tool?
Sure.
Lit. Then my portrait comes up. Hey, let's go. It's better.
And as the fingers slip in, it feels quite uncomfortable. But
Really?
you keep stoic. You know, your eyebrow like raises maybe a little bit as he kind of like rummages around in there. And then he just without warning, just you hear like a snip.
No more kids.
You hear kind of like a thunk from the inside of your chest, and then suddenly you're and the air is just going nowhere, just in your body, coming out the seam of your chest, and he very quickly grabs the ventilating lungs, slaps the tip of them on a very hot kind of like outcrop, looks to be like a magically enhanced like heat metal kind of an object, and he slaps it on there, heats up the lungs, and then he just begins to like cram them into your chest, just and and then he puts his hand in and he just and then he holds it there Can you make me a wild magic roll?
No, dude, no.
I hope it's bad.
Come on. Fuck me. Okay, I don't think this one's bad. Each creature. Oh, no, it's of my choice, right?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it is if you choose them.
I don't choose anybody. No, okay, I'll say this. I'm looking, wait, we're in a room,
You're the
right?
shopkeeper. Come on.
Oh, we're in a room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a window above me?
Yeah, there's an opening in the roof of the stump.
A lone bird flying up above.
No.
This is wild magic. I accidentally, I'm like, oh shit, and the damage goes to that bird.
So
You're a monster. What
as
if that
this
was a
guy-
messenger?
as this guy cauterizes the lungs to your
Oh
windpipe,
no.
he
I'm sorry.
you just see Brelikk and this like massive necrotic ray just shoots out and like fries a bird that is unsuspectingly flying by above, and it just drops down the chute into the shop and lands on Brelick's chest, and the
That's still
shopkeeper
open. No. Oh god.
well, no, it lands on the solid part, and then the shopkeeper looks at the bird, and he's like, ugh! And he pulls his hand out, kind of reactively,
Utah.
and the procedure is done.
Oh, sick.
How do you feel? Does the air taste good now? Much better with the Warforged
breathe-
apparatus attached to your chest.
I breathe in.
You can't.
And you just you die.
I'm breaking.
And thus was the end of the original Faithful Few. Anyway,
So that's how y'all plan to kill me off. Got it.
No, we thought of it just now.
no, it works. And when you take a deep breath, you note that you are able to, fill your lungs much more than you would have before. And you can actually feel, your chest expanding further than it did before. And it's almost a little uncomfortable for a bit, but then you get used to it. And when you blow out, you, knock some stuff off the walls around you. With how... It seems like if you take a really deep breath, you can actually move things. I'll add the item to your inventory, or I'll assign it to you.
Metal lungs. Lungs of steel.
These are actually the originally Negotiator actually came into possession of such an item, and he had them installed.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
Owner. Save. It's in
I'm
the items
officially
tab.
1% negotiator.
Yes. So subtract 50 gold from your inventory.
Yep, I did. I'm at 109 now.
Very good. Now, would you like to play the game?
Sure.
Quick recovery time.
All right, get out of my shop and stand next to your companions. And he loads the gun.
Just an ability check. Just straight dex.
Puts it on the counter, yeah. And kind of motions for you to get on with it. Go ahead and make, 3 attack rolls. Probably...
Oh, attack rolls?
Yeah, they're attack rolls.
But using dex.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's 7.
So yeah, shot flies, ricochets off some of the metal merchandise within the walls of the shop, and he says, I like you. Why don't you go ahead and shoot the rest of the gun?
No. No.
Brelikk, your hand slips, and the gun points at the shopkeep.
No. Just say I drop it. Just say I drop it and it shoots. That's way better.
But that's not what happened, man.
Oh.
What happens is that the shopkeep says, "Haha, you're funny. That's why I'm going to kill you." And then he gets shot. And he stops talking.
Wait. Wait. Wait, is he dead?
You see his blue eye flicker.
No, here,
And
here.
you see his arms slowly reach up and pull the eye patch eye off his head, and he like looks at his eye as you see the bullet stubbed into the center of the pupil.
What the fuck? Oh.
And he's
This guy's crazy.
I would have immediately put the gun down. I'm like, oh.
And be careful where you shoot those. You can hit someone and poke someone's eye out.
So he's not dead, thank God.
He is not dead,
God.
but he puts the broken prosthetic on the
Brelikk looks mortified.
on the countertop of the shop, and you note that where his eye would be, there is already a hole. Don't worry,
Cool.
it is not the first time I have been shot in the eye.
Jesus.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. What the fuck?
And he's he'll push the broken eye across the counter. Go ahead and take it as a souvenir. Tell them you got it from the Crosshair Gallery. It is good publicity. That's what this is all about at the end of the day.
Oh.
This guy is a great
Okay.
businessman.
Now I get a damaged commander's eye. Is that what that is?
That is what
basically?
that is, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
We'll add it to your inventory later. So we still need to make that
Cool.
one. When it is still functional, you can force people to do as you please.
What?
I would have told you to get down, but I am unsure of how functional it still is after the bullet entered its chambers. I leave it to you to repair. And
Okay.
he takes the gun, he looks at it, and he puts it under the counter. The game is over for today. Thank you for stopping by the Crosshair Gallery.
Thank you for the lungs as I step out.
You guys like leave, and he's just like, you just hear like a yell in the distance behind you.
As he's like twitching. Okay.
Oh my God! I thought I actually killed an NPC accidentally.
This guy scares me.
That was unfucking
So
believable.
you step
Holy
away from
shit.
this shop, and you find yourself now in the center of some more. The crowds have died down a bit. The day has waned on more so. It's probably late afternoon by this point. And you note the Blackpaw Trading Company building in the center of the market in Gale. Otherwise, nothing really stands out to you. All looks like pretty generic inventories. But the Blackpaw building is is actually a full building, so you would need to go inside in order to see what they have to offer.
I think we're done for the day.
Yeah, I say. After
I
that,
think-
no one could possibly want to go shop more, right?
Yeah, no, I think we're done.
We only have 2 hours left of the session, guys. Come on, we got more shopping to do.
No, thank you.
So-
we head back to a tavern, I guess, for the night.
Yeah, you would want to go back to the Tattered Belt?
Yeah.
Okay. You, everyone kind of regroups, leaving the Doldrum Market. Khanek exits the crowd and rejoins the companions, and just kind of appears. Brelikk, you feel yourself, like, consciously breathing to, like, you know, make sure that everything is all good inside. Everything seems good. Seems like it went off without a hitch, minus almost killing the shop owner. You all make your way back to the only tavern that you really know about, which is the Tattered Pelt. You feel like there could be some in the outer rings part of the city, which is where you are at the moment. But you don't see any signage or anything like that. And, you know, you've come to know the owners of the tavern, the Tattered Pelt, the establishment. So you head on back there, and you eventually make your way there, and by the time well, yeah, why not? So while you're passing some of you take the updraft now down, and you get to the lower branches, and John, is that you trying to signal me?
No, I'm excited for what comes next, you know?
Oh, okay. I
Swear
think
to
about
God.
something. This is all very up in the air. Yeah. So, you're walking back out of the market, and you're headed toward the north side of the city to take the updraft down, and you're standing kind of on the edge of the outer ring platform. Let me actually, should have had this visual up for the most part. So, yeah, you find yourself, it's rather dark, or the sun is coming down in the city of Gale. The day is ending, and the transition. Okay. While you reach the edge platform of the outer rings on the north side of the Kingdom of Gale, you are able to look out at the rest of the world, basically. You know, across the sea, You look out kind of toward the horizon of what is outside of this southward sundered continent of Gale. And from out of these branches, you see a flicker on the horizon. Past the sands of Cistern, across the sea, past the sands of Cistern, even past the meadows of Haven, you imagine your eyes can see all. The black sky way out on the horizon glows a deep blue. And you can hear the distant rumbling of thunder as you watch crackles of lightning course through the clouds. Some kind of storm, it would seem. Very, very far away. You feel as though the only reason you're able to pick it out is because of this blue glow. The smog rises as high as the clouds in this part of the horizon from something. You can see a pillar of black smoke rising from behind the mountains between Cistern and Haven. It's like they're obscuring your vision of what this pillar of smoke is rising from. And the rumbling of this shining blue
Utah,
storm.
Utah.
Utah!
Utah.
Skeep!
This pillar of blue.
Ski, ba, 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 ba. It fixes it every time.
So the rumbling of this storm falls silent. And as you stand on the edge of this outer ring platform, seeing this storm, you're all blinded by this incredibly bright light. You shield your eyes to allow them to recover from the flash and adjust to the now blue world all around you. And then you hear it. What sounds like the crashing of the skies themselves. A tidal wave of thunder just roaring across Rapture. And you all brace yourselves as you watch the trees sway in reaction to this sound wave. When the light finally dims on this distant light and the echoes finally subside, you look out across the sea upon a completely different yet familiar land. The sky is a light blue. The rivers and streams flow with glistening water. And most notably, there is life, seemingly peaceful life. The land before you, from where you stand, is thriving. Civilizations dotting the horizons. You see no sign or hint of war. The everlasting conflict is no more. You bask in the warm sun of this new world, if only for a moment, taking it all in, and then you blink, the astral flex from your dried eyes. The world returns to what it has always been. And on the horizon, you see a blue mushroom cloud of magic and arcane mixing into the putrid air above. The kingdom of destiny has fallen.
We're all gonna die! Someone.
And that's what will end the session.
Ooh.
A 2-hour session?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So how much can we tell from that? It's not completely gone and obliterated.
Wait, so did someone
Or
get
is it?
nuked? What happened? I was like,
So
I heard all the roleplay with like the guns and like Matt getting like augments or some shit. Like I was very
yes,
in and out of hearing stuff. So I'll need a recounting. Who would like to recount?
I can recount and clarify. So basically, the cursory knowledge that everyone possesses of Destiny is that it is a floating city. Like, that's its whole thing, is that it floats and it moves around. And when you guys originally, the original Faithful Few, saw this city, when it was under siege, it was floating, and like they were shooting up siege anchors, and they were like bombarding it with fire and catapults and stuff like that. And that was the last time you saw it. The other characters saw it. But everyone else in the world knows that this is a thing that Destiny has, and other cities don't. And effectively, what you didn't directly witness, but you felt the aftermath of, was the city of Destiny finally succumbing, falling from the sky, and essentially exploding. And the vision that you witnessed of the warm sun and the peaceful world with no war and an unending conflict, and the conflict had ended, that was like the shockwave of the explosion as you caught a glimpse of the future. What your future theoretically will hold, though you are not sure if all people of the land saw the same thing. Open to interpretation. So it was literally like a rumbling throughout the world. You were hit in the face with the astral dust that you came to know in the Fatewood, and whatever residual arcane magic caused you to see this vision of a new world. And so Destiny is, it is no more, so you think.
Damn.
And right after this happened, the entire general public just started panicking. Whether it be because of the visions that they saw, or because of the rumbling, like caving in the roofs of their houses or something, or them understanding what your characters have understood, that this siege that was seemingly going on forever has finally ended, and as has Destiny. So that's the end of the session.
Fucking brutal.
Jesus.
So Destiny has been officially removed from the map.
That's one way to close a shopping session.
Yeah.
You guys remember, actually, I don't know if Harry mentioned that just now, I might have just missed it, but you guys were originally sent to Sanctum in the first place, so as a peace mission, so they would stop attacking Destiny.
Hmm.
Yes, it does not seem
Like it worked.
like it worked. And Brelikk would probably
So
find this.
we got duped by Monarch too? Like,
Dude, you know what's so funny to me? I feel like Misk is literally the character from like, you know, those shows where it's like he's like the normal Hydra agent infiltrating Shield, and then like Captain America comes up and says, "Hail Hydra." And he's like, "Wait, how deep are we?" Because apparently there's 31 other fucking agents like in the fucking Elven area, controlling the Elven area from Bedlam, and Misk is probably reading this newspaper. He's like, "What the fuck? How come none of these assholes told me about this? How deep were we?"
Yeah.
Pretty much.
With the Bedlam spies, especially, Misk would know that they generally didn't interact with each other for the sake of maintaining their cover, and it's also like what do you call it? You only know what you need to know, kind of a thing. Misk also was not given the whole, like, the 99% of the reason of what happened in Arc 1. You know, he wasn't in on Ilyn betraying you all. That came as a surprise to him, too. So he was only given the knowledge that he was, you know, that they felt like he needed in order to perform his mission.
Yeah.
So
Was the idea.
they're cunts.
Yeah,
In conclusion.
TLDR. Cunt.
Be one of them.
Oh boy.
Cool stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have something ready or not, but I'm assuming you don't for these items that we're getting commissioned, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to go through that.
Yeah, no worries.
No problem.
I mean, that's
It's
part
the one of the campaign.
I had to make quite a few items for this week.
did y'all forget I still had the stone, the streak stone?
Yeah, I
by the
did
way?
actually.
I didn't realize it. Yeah.
Was that something you
Well,
started
you
with,
would
or
be,
you found somewhere?
No, we like the original faithful few. We found some at
In
some
the mine,
point.
yeah.
In the mine. We
Oh.
took
Yeah.
it wasn't in the mine. It was in the ancient ruins. I think it was.
Yeah.
That's where we found them. Like
There's been a few
like the
streakstone drops.
the archaeology like dig.
Oh,
site
yeah.
is what it was. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where we found the streak stone, and I've had that since.
Yeah. It's around. It's in the random loot table too, so theoretically you could find it anywhere, but it's more of a rare item.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point you could just like hand one of your items over that's not like magical and be like, "Hey, make my weapon magical or some shit" to like some blacksmith.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm excited to see what kind of puny shield I get.
I think you'll like.
We'll see.
It's another arcane buckler.
It's a bigger one this time.
This
though.
time,
Buckler 2.0.
this time it has plus
Very,
2
very
AC,
interesting NPCs, Harry.
and that's it.
Yes, they were very strange.
I thought I killed that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I would have been like, that's a really cool DM moment that I've never seen in game. When that one, yeah, you killed the guy. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, he did hand you a loaded
You've clearly
gun.
never been a part of a
Sure.
WAD campaign.
I thought about it. I thought about it, but no. I mean, it hitting him in the eye is too funny in my head.
Agreed.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have toiled over it like, oh, and then the rest of the party like, quick, grab his shit.
Yeah.
Thank God he's not as weak as an Awad NPC.
Fall off the roof, dead. Fall off the
Dead.
stairs, dead.
Dead.
You try to get a boat from him, you murder him.
You kill him.
How many times y'all kill NPCs in his campaign?
By choice or by
accident.
or
By
how many
accident.
times we were also forced to kill NPCs once.
I'll ask by accident.
By
How many?
accident, I murdered 3 NPCs by accident. Cannon by proxy murdered 2.
Oh, that was so stupid.
we
They were my
all were
proteges.
Yeah, we
And
were
you
all
murdered
forced
them.
to murder each one civilian each, which was
Dude,
a
Aewa watching this
insane
stream.
thing to do as
I
a
tried
DM.
to spare the dying like every NPC we
No, I'm
walked
watching
on,
the stream.
Yeah.
and it did not
I
work.
don't want to voice act the NPC.
yeah. I don't want to roleplay.
I still love, like, as bad as me like trying to just knock the guy out to steal his boat when we were that one thing and Awad made me murder him was like bad. Cannon like finally getting his moment to lead the squad of 2 protege rogues, and they both fall to their death in the first 5 seconds of like the plan happening was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That was
In some
insane.
ways, Steelwind was also grimdark.
Dude, that was just so
Well, that's just a
insane. In my head, it
grimdark
was just such a
DM.
cool moment.
It's not his campaign. It's him. I wonder how it would have been different with the swashbuckling aspect. Like if there would have been like a little girl.
I regret that
hanging.
every day, Harry. You have no idea.
What, not
Yeah,
picking swashbuckling?
I regret it too, because
Yeah.
because it just felt like that whole campaign. He's like the whole time I just beam him up. You want grimdark? I'll give it to you. They fucking kill themselves. This child dies. The child hangs themselves. All these people get murdered. Like,
Break.
It's like Jesus. It's like Jesus Christ, man. What?
Did you have to kill the little girl? Did you?
You want it? I'll give it to you. That's what you wanted.
It wasn't even like original. He just did the same exact storyline from Bloodborne, where it's the little girl that kills herself. Parker.
Which one?
There was 2 sisters, and one of them was like an NPC.
No, yeah,
and if you
I
didn't
remember.
save her, then yeah,
The one where you
exactly.
get Gascoigne's box and she gets killed by the pig looking for...
Yeah, exactly that one. Yeah, I wanted
Yeah.
to really rip that one.
Yeah, I wish
That's
I
sad.
had like animator skills, because I would just love to have us all in a call like recounting these stories and then just having like an animation play, just like editing them. That would be so funny. Just that story of like, yeah, so Harry's like tending to this like little girl, him and Cannon, and you know, can we stay the night to make sure that you're okay? No, I'm fine. Multiple times she's like, no, leave please. And then you wake up in the morning and she's hanging by a lamppost. Like,
Oh, God.
she killed herself, and it's like
6 years
she's a
old, by the way.
child. How does she get up to a lamppost and hang herself? Like a 9, like it's 9, it's like 9, like 9 feet in the air, like probably. Like she told me she got a ladder out like with a rope. No one in this town like saw her like just hang herself in public. Jesus Christ, what an insane thing.
Okay, the enemy uses legendary resistance to
Auto crit.
Auto crit.
to auto crit you because he missed his attack. So now he gets to auto crit you, and that should be max damage because we talked about this homebrew rule just recently that I didn't like, where the crit dice are max. So unfortunately, now he just gets to do 52 damage to you.
Ouch.
Can I spare to dying that guy? No, he's just dead.
That's so good. No, can I spare the dying him? No, he's dead. But he just died.
Sorry.
No.
I wonder what's in here. A what?
No.
A Kraber? Yeah, actually, the bandits that were around you just suddenly
I didn't want to
disappeared.
interrupt this, but when you were playing the gunshots, I was like, do we hear Kraber sounds? And I was,
That a Kraber?
I was trying really hard to be like,
You
hey,
could have done it.
hear gunshots at the town. Like, Kraber action?
I'm honestly very disappointed with you guys this session.
What?
That's an Awad line.
That's in a lot of line.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
god damn.
Wow.
It was because we were
That's-
arguing about a puzzle, and then it got a little
I
bit
hate
personal.
puzzles.
And then Mom was like, you know what? We're gonna call the session here. I'm really disappointed with you guys.
It was so
Damn.
funny.
And then
I
it was
almost
enough.
dropped.
It was enough to make Awad was considering kicking Wolf in the campaign off of it.
That was
Really?
fucking-
Christ.
So
Awad
funny.
pulled all of us. He literally individually pulled us, and we had to be like, each of us were like, this seems like a lot of social ramification for like not a big situation.
It was the biggest goo goo gaga baby moment I've ever seen.
It had nothing to
way
do
to
with
put it.
not showing up for the sessions or like nothing with that. It was just we got
don't
into
even
an
remember
argument
what it
about
was about.
a puzzle, and the worst
Was it
part
the-
was we got
Wait,
into
was
an
this the
argument about
puzzle where the
puzzle.
coin slot was underneath the thing and we
No.
checked the? Okay,
No,
okay,
it
that
was
was
the puzzle
stupid
where
too.
there was hands on the statue, and I thought people were gonna
Ugh.
because the problem with that whole puzzle was the first campaign. we were all so like weary of every puzzle, because every puzzle Awad had like some insane like overcomplicated like outcome to it, and like, all of them were like death traps. So then when we get to this one, Awad's like, oh, they look like there's some hands on it, and looks like it's like petrified stone. And then Harry and John were like, oh, we just put 4 hands on it. And I was like, all right, let's be extra safe. Let's like put like, you know, I like, it was like this super like complex thing. And Harry and John were just like, no, I think we just put our hands on it. And that was the truth of it.
That
but
was the simple solution, yeah. Yeah,
that was the simple solution, and that ended up being the right solution. But I was so like weary from the last campaign, so we were like going back and forth, and like John and I were arguing back and forth, and it was getting like, you know, heated
on what we
were
should
just
do.
like, no, you dumbass, like do this, but it wasn't like getting crazy. And then I
didn't want to play after it.
Well, yeah, because then it was like,
Awad's like, do you want to continue, guys? After all that, and I'm like, no.
No, thank you.
The worst part was what John and I were arguing about. John's like, dude, if it was like that, we would see this. And I was like, Awad, do we see this? And he's like,
yes.
Oh, yeah, you do. And it was like, what, you didn't? We wouldn't have argued if you just told us that from the start. It was an insane thing. It
sounds like a mess.
Bad. And then then it led to Professor Awad being disappointed, and yeah, it was a whole thing. But a funny story.
The vibe was dead for sure after that, so I just didn't want to keep playing. I wanted to reset the vibe with a different session.
That's fair. At some point, you kind of have to, I guess.
No coming
Unfortunately,
back from
the
that.
campaign went down after that.
Yeah,
like,
it did go down
a couple
soon after
sessions
that,
later.
Yeah.
Not too surprised.
That was like only 5 sessions later or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was after the 3-week break for him to come up with like a good thing. And
Stream is still live, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, here, have a 3-week. I need a 3-week break. I need to think about like what to do. And everyone's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like, collect your thoughts so we can get a good thing. And then we came back after 3 weeks, and it was just.
Was it 3 weeks?
It was at least 2. Maybe 3.
Okay.
But it was just a terrible like comeback. Like
every all
plan
that
we
stuff
came up
you tried
with.
to do to exert your agency over the campaign and with your characters. Alright,
It
so
just
none of that
doesn't work.
happens.
Yeah.
For the record, I love a lot of campaigns because there's so many good stories to tell. But
Oh no, they lead to so many good stories.
We already quantified this, John.
But I love how
It really
Sorry,
brings
Will,
the
to
players
interrupt.
together.
it really brings the players together. After every Tragedy of War session, we talk about the Awad campaign for like 10 minutes afterwards. It's like a ritual.
It's great. It is just. It's like watching. It's like watching like a movie that was just like aggressively bad that it's now one of like your favorite movies. It's like that RRR movie, that
movie's a masterpiece. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that movie is like, it looks really good actually, but it's Awad's campaign's how I feel about the Fast and Furious movies. They're fucking terrible, but they're so funny that they're fun. Like, they're good.
There's something visually stunning about RRR. Like
Dude, all the visuals.
None of it makes sense. You
I
just
love
have
how
to accept the
yeah.
fact that everyone, they're not like the main characters. They're not human. They're considered badasses.
They're
Therefore,
all superheroes. Yeah.
Therefore, the laws of physics do not apply to them, and they get to do whatever the fuck they want.
Alright, I'm
that
gonna
whole
end this
movie is
recording
great.
and stream. Thanks for watching. We will be back again next week to play some more.